the mystery of God is always a mystery to man, even though it's man design all of the concepts and ideas, and him try to project it outside of himself and not recognizing that all him trying to do is find himself. All him trying to do is find himself. But sometimes searching for yourself carry you through different trials and tribulations, agony and pain, and sometimes joy and happiness too. Suppose you stand up in front of your mirror one day and don't see your reflection. What would be your thoughts? So, this story is a story we tell many times. I'm going to say it again. There was a man in our village, say him really want to find God. He want to find the highest level of consciousness that you know about. So I'm going to go to some sage, some priest or monk to tell him which part him can go or what can he do to reach the level of what I call nirvana, heaven, blissfulness, utopia. Well, the first one I'm going to tell him, he must go down in another village and he must say a lot of women, beautiful women, and them will satisfy all his desires and make him reach to nirvana, or what you call blissfulness. So I'm travel for days and go down to the village, buck up and whole heap of women. And after him done go through everything, him find out, said, no, him not find God or where him a look for. Him not find the consciousness where him a look for. Him still have to find out now which part this consciousness there, which part this heights of levels, this what them call God, the Buddha, which part him there. So him start to ask a next sage again, and sage say, all right, there's a war in a next village. If you go down there and allow the people them to win that battle, you will find the God that you're searching for. So him take him sword and all the things that are necessary for fight, and him go down in the village and fight in the war, and it so happened that the village where I fight for win the battle. But when them win the battle and them win the battle, him realize say, but him not find where I look for. So him have to go find a next monk, priest or sage. And the monk tell him, say, all right, there's a mountain. When you look up there, you see almost like the clouds upon the side of the mountain. You're going to go up to that mountain, and in that mountain there's a cave. And you're going to go into the cave, and you're going to find a book. And that book will lead you to where you look for. The level of consciousness where you look for, you will find it in that book. For those of you who just joined me, we was talking as a story, was telling a story actually about a man who was searching for God, searching for that heights, that nirvana, that utopia. And we were saying that he passed through villages that was in war, and him helped them win the war, village with a lot of beautiful women. Him had him way with them. And now him find out one now who tell him, say, look here now, there's a mountain top that you have to go to. And there's a cave, and you're going to go in that cave. And you're going to see a book. And you will find what you're looking for. The thing is that him did have to go back through the village them. And him have to go back to where he was coming from originally. But him actually never come from the mountain top. He was right in the valley of the mountain. So him turn back and it take him days to travel. Him even buck up at a place where is more riches that him could ever say. And the riches that where him could have say, even though him see the riches and realize him could have attained that riches, it still never give him that fulfillment where him a look for. That God where him a look for, that search where him a look for. So him reach a mountain and him decide say him a go up the mountain. And him start to trek up to the mountain till him reach a cave. When him reach a cave, him go inside of the cave and him see the biggest book him ever see. Big book. Never see such a large book before. And him say, okay, because you know I don't know how this is going to work because there's nobody here but me. And the monk did say, I'm going to find God up here. But how can I find God in a place where I alone is with a book? So him remember to say he must open the book. So him got to know and him decides say him going to open the book. Him open the book to page 1. And what him see in the page was a mirror. And him said, this come like a game, you know. This come like a joke business. So him turn the next page and him see a mirror. And these 2 pages are reflect himself in it. And him keep turning the pages and all him say upon the pages was mirrors of himself, was reflections of himself. And him really try to figure out what the hell is happening here now, because how can this man send him on such a long journey to find a book with mirrors, the book of mirrors, that only reflect him. And then him say, a man coming out of a dark place, where him look is the same monk, where him tell him say, must come to the mountain top, to the cave, and him say the book, and in that book him will find God. The sage come out, him look on the sage and say, what kind of joke is this? I've traveled so far, for days traveling on this mountain, and you told me that if I come to this book and open the book, I will find what I'm looking for. The monk looked upon him and said, you have found what you're looking for, but it's just because what you're looking for look like you, why you choose not to accept it. Because really and truly, the God that you're searching for is you. Yes, the mystery of God is always a mystery to man, even though it's man design all of the concepts and ideas. And him try to project it outside of himself and not recognizing that all him trying to do is find himself. All him trying to do is find himself. But sometimes searching for yourself carry you through different trials and tribulations, agony and pain, and sometimes joy and happiness too. We all search for that nirvana, that utopia, that never-ending bliss. But most of we grow up to search for it outside of ourselves. And we lose trust in ourselves. You know, sometimes them say, you are what you eat. I say, you are what you think. You are what you think. And sometimes your mind carry you in some places where your body can't ever go. But it's still you I go there. Because there's no mind in mind. So come back now to the first question where we ask. Suppose you're looking at a mirror. And when you're looking at the mirror, you don't see yourself. What would you think?